Ember is a free-to-play MMORPG taking place in a player-driven fantasy universe with a classless and fast-paced combat system. When you create a character, you pick a home nation, pretty much like factions in Albion. You'll be fighting monsters, bosses, and other players. If conflict is not your style, then you can play as a peaceful forager of goods and provider of services such as crafting and refining. Does that sound familiar? It already gets bonus points for being classless because no one wants to be bound to one thing. They want to explore and change it up just like Albion Online. The world of Ember is split into 4 nations: Solarwood, Duscaron, Edison, and Severint. Each nation has 3 territories: Kingship, Wilderness, and Outlaw. Outlaw territories will be the most dangerous and will be found at the edge of the 2 nations. They will have high level monsters and resources and will have PvP enabled. Wilderness territories will be PvE arenas. They will be rich in resources, monsters, and NPCs. If you encounter players from the opposite faction in these territories, you have a chance to attack them. This is where the open world bosses will be spawning. Finally, Kingship territories are strictly for PvE and resource collection. This seems like the blue, yellow, and red zones in Albion Online. And in some of these zones, it means losing most of your gear. Man, I do love myself some full loot PvP. So far, it's ticked all the right boxes. For PvP, Ember will have points of interest to conquer and protect in outlaw zones, so like the castles and outposts in Albion. And for PvE, you have the usual dungeons, collecting, crafting, etc. Ember like Albion Online, will be entirely open world, built on its own fantasy server infrastructure, so you can run around in an open world area without having to be annoyed by the loading screens. Ember will not be pay to win. They hate pay to win, and they want to keep it as skill based and competitive. They will not implement any pay to win mechanics. Now, it's all said and good, but you have to wait a few years after the game comes out to really tell if they stick to this, because you know people like to change what they say, especially when they can make money from it, but so far so good. Ember is currently in pre-alpha. The team Bright Star Studios are doing internal testing with their game engine and network features. Ember plans to let the community test their game in late 2022. They will open up the first capital and the first nation of Solarwood for pre-alpha testing, so keep your eye out for updates since we're already halfway through the year. If you want to research the team building behind Ember then feel free to go to the website and under the About section click on Meet the Team. Ember will release on PC first, accessible to both Windows and Mac, since it will be a browser or standalone client. I'm getting RuneScape vibes here and I'm loving it. They do plan to support many platforms in the future, such as mobile for crossplay using the same game accounts. Now that's the basic information out the way, let's dig into the part that gets me most excited: collectibles. Collectibles will not make you stronger, so no pay to win. This is pretty much skins, but in this game you'll be able to get the collectibles through PvP and PvP objectives/activities. There will be a finite quantity of these collectibles, and every month new collectibles are going to be introduced and distributed through PvP and PvE. Players who wish to acquire certain collectibles that are no longer being distributed will have to buy them from other players for Ember. Now this sounds like a normal game that has skins, right? But here's where it gets interesting. They plan to use blockchain technology in this game. What this means is you'll be able to freely secure and trade these collectibles, even on secondary markets, without going against the terms of services of this game. So that basically means you can sell it for real world currency and not get banned. So all that time that I've put into Albion Online, the billions of silver that I have just sitting in my bank in skins and mounts, which I can't do anything with, because if I decide to sell anything, it will be RMT and I'll get banned right away, unless I have some connections to the top guild leaders who RMT, which I don't, so there's that. However, I can play Ember as much as I want, and when I find a new game, the time I put into it will be rewarded, since I'll be able to sell my inventory of goods, raise some cash for the next game, and have a smooth transition from one to another. Back to the topic of blockchain. To put it simply, each collectible and plot of land is going to be connected to a unique token on the blockchain, which is also known as an NFT. And since that NFT is in your wallet, you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to learn how to set up a wallet and get ready for games like Ember then don't forget to check out these videos in the top right after this video. Did you just say land? Why yes, I did. So what is land? Well, there are currently 4 types of land plots: regular plots, settlement plots, town plots, and city plots. If you own these pieces of land, you get to decide what to build on them. Just like Albion Online, where if you own a plot in a city, you can build a crafting or refining station and you can get the fees. But don't forget, the fees in Ember Sword will be Ember, and Ember is a ERC20 cryptocurrency. So what that basically means is if people use your land, you'll be getting paid in Ember and you can cash out that Ember into a currency you want, mainly USD, since that's what most popular stablecoins are linked to. Let's not get into all the technical details since that itself is another video. Back to land. You can buy land from the Ember Sword website and they will be doing land sales in intervals, so stay tuned to know when the next land sale is available. However, if you want land right now, you can check out the secondary markets such as OpenSea. The prices will vary on each sale, and if you're looking on the secondary market, it can range from a bargain to a ripoff, so keep an eye out for the average floor price. Let's talk about weapons, armor, skills, and classes. As mentioned before, Ember Sword will be classless. You will have to train using a weapon and armor of your choice and get mastery in that piece of equipment. Sounds like Albion Online's Destiny board, which I am really fond of. There will be 3 types of weapons in this game: melee, ranged, and energy, each with a different type of weapon, so one-handed swords, two-handed swords, etc. There will be 3 types of gears: heavy, which is plate, medium, which is leather, and light, which is cloth. You can mix and match different sets to fit the preferred playstyle. This sounds oddly familiar. Finally, skills. Progression in Ember Sword will be like RuneScape, so you will level your skill from 0 to 100. Oh, how I do miss the RuneScape grind. Not really, I hated mining and runecrafting. These are the following 16 skills currently planned for the game: mining, lumberjacking, fishing, skilling, harvesting, tanning, weavering, smelting, woodworking, armorsmithing, weaponsmith, jewelry smithing, cooking, melee, ranged, and energy, with the potential for more skills as the game progresses. So it looks like you're combining old school RuneScape and Albion Online and putting the best bits of both into one game, where you can play the game and make money while you're doing it. This is known as play to earn or play and earn. Now, I've recently spent the last year going into the rabbit hole of the NFT Web3 blockchain metaverse crypto gaming revolution that's slowly starting to take off. And I'm going to be moving my channel content to focus on this, where when I play a game and invest my time into it, I'll be getting rewarded in the form of NFTs, cryptocurrencies, digital assets, etc. And I can sell my hard-earned silver or gold that I've made in game without being banned for RMT. Now, I'm not saying that I'm selling my Albion Online stuff. I recently came back and started playing Crystal Arenas, and they are pretty fun. Much better than the kite and hit and run meta still in corrupted dungeons. Fix that shit, it's so boring running around for 30 minutes chasing a person. That's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you found a new game to keep your eye on while you're playing Albion Online or any other game that you're currently playing. Don't forget to smash that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell so you know when I release a new video. As always, see you guys in the next video.